Dr. Narc here, all you Facebook subscribers, and we appreciate your subscription. Hope these videos are really making an impact for you. Today's topic, with the narc, nothing is normal. If you live with a narc long enough, his awful, abusive, destructive behavior becomes normal to you. It's part of how you cope. You get used to it. You adjust. You accept it. If you're used to being abused, if you were abused by a narc father or a narc mother or a previous narc ex, then it's even easier to normalize his abnormal, abusive attacks on you. Because you were abused by a narc parent, you already see abusive behavior as normal. So you are drawn to an abuser. You marry him and you continue in your pattern of being abused. But even if you had a decent family of origin, even a good family of origin, if you stay with a narc long enough, you will see his abuse as normal. Regular criticism. You think you deserve it because your self-esteem is so low. And the more criticism you take and the lower your self-esteem is, the more you think you deserve it. Vicious cycle. You see it as normal. It's not normal. A normal man does not criticize you all the time. Quite the opposite. He compliments you all the time. I compliment my beautiful Sandy all the time because she's wonderful and she does everything for me. What's not to like? Gaslighting. It's pretty easy for the narc to convince you that you're crazy, that you have mental problems, that your memory is bad. You don't realize his abuse is what's making you feel crazy, have mental issues, and is affecting your memory. He's causing it, and then he blames you for it. You see gaslighting as normal. It's not normal. A normal, loving husband doesn't gaslight you ever. He doesn't try to make you think you're crazy. The one gaslighting is the crazy one. Control. Because you believe the narc is smarter than you, you're likely to be okay with his control. He knows best, you think. He is making all the decisions for you because he wants the best for you. Baloney, like the t-shirt says baloney. Also, you have learned that when you challenge his control, he attacks you viciously. So it's a lot easier to simply let him control you and everything in your life. Pretty soon, you see his control as normal. It's not normal, it's what narcs do. A normal man doesn't control you in your life. It's the last thing he'd want. A normal husband is fine with you making decisions. He wants your input. You and he are a team. The narc doesn't have a team. It's just him. Rages. After 15, 20, 30 rages by the narc, you accept his rage. You tell yourself, because the narc tells you, that you cause his rages. It's your behavior. It's your mistakes that make him rage. You don't realize that it is never okay or normal to rage, to verbally abuse you, to yell and scream, to throw things, to rant for an hour over some dumb little thing. You get used to his rages. You see them as normal. His rages are not normal. A normal husband doesn't rage like this ever. Look, he'll get angry. I get angry. Everybody gets angry, but he won't lose control. A normal husband, he won't lose control and attack you verbally. Of course not. That's what a narc does. Threats of violence. After several episodes of the narc threatening to harm you, you accept these threats as normal. You tell yourself that's just the way he is. You tell yourself he doesn't actually hit you. You tell yourself he really doesn't mean his threats. You don't realize that any threat of violence is violence. It is full-blown abuse. Recently, a phone advice client told me her narc husband had threatened to kill her. She told me this with no emotion, no fear, like she was telling me that he had asked her to pass the salt. I told her she was caught in codependency. I told her this threat of violence to kill her was not normal and was the expression of a crazy, dangerous narc. I told her to take her kids and leave the narc ASAP and call the police while she's at it. I don't think she took me seriously because she saw this kind of thing as normal. Those threats are not normal. Look, nothing about the narc is normal. He can act normal at times, especially to others outside the home. He can keep a job, be involved at church, be loved by your neighbors. This is all a show because he's not normal. Who he really is an abusive narc who is destroying you and your children. Start coming out of the fog of denial and confusion. Start seeing the awful truth about the narc. He is abnormal. He is mentally unstable. He is abusive, and he will never change. The good news is you don't have to live with a narc. You can step by step get ready to leave. You can build a new normal life with your kids Get these 2 books. If you're starting this process, get 20 Lies. Start you down the road of getting away from your codependency and taking some small but significant steps in terms of your assertiveness, finding your voice. Then go to Enough is Enough. Biblical support for leaving a narc and exactly how to prepare secretly to leave the narc. You'll get these books at my website, davideclarkephd.com, Clarke with an E. And if you're thinking, boy, Dave, I'm not sure that I'm married to a narc, or if you know someone and they're not sure they're married to a narc, we have a resource, a free resource for you on the website, on the homepage, davideclarkephd.com, Clarke with an E. Right there, you give us your email address and you'll get a free mini ebook, Recognizing Abuse. How to know for sure, how to tell you're married to a narc, small n. Very important. It will lay it out. It's a great free resource.